From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
All right, welcome to Super Trucker Podcast, the best trucking show east of Mississippi.
I would say the whole U.S., baby. That's what I would say.
All right, either way, it's fine. So I guess we have arrived.
Yeah, it's it's kind of weird times, right? We asked for this for better rates. We're there, and it kind of feels like owner-operators are drying out.
Yeah, it actually feels very lonely. I know a couple of trucking companies in different places throughout the United States. Like I know one company is in somewhere around Houston.
Okay.
Also, like very, very owner-operator focused. Basically, there is no owner-operators in the market.
You know, I don't know, man. Do you think it has anything to do with the English proficiency test right now? Is that kind of put a little bit of fear in individuals? And because that's a big segment of the market that's out there, man.
I'm sure it does. Even though it is my understanding, and I just checked with John before coming here, it seems like we have not had a single inspection to where somebody got checked for English proficiency. Well, again, like most of our drivers, we do speak English.
But that's to my point. So is it just it's not touching us?
That's a potential, because again, like I outside of Raphael, that's a little difficult to understand for me. Okay. But outside of that guy, like most of our drivers, we do speak English. However,
I just want to say, Raphael, he speaks English. He's just fast.
I know.
Put that out there, guys.
No, just like he's that fast that I'm not registering everything that he's saying.
Yeah.
But I can still like pretty decently, fairly easily can communicate with a guy. Like it's not like we cannot understand each other or something. Right. It's just like very, very intense. But other than that, I've seen people on the scales back in my driving days that literally speak no English at all, like nothing.
No, yeah, and again, guys, we're not trying to make this segment about the English proficiency test. We're just talking about how it's dry out there, and maybe this is one of the major factors of some guys just kind of sitting it out. Maybe that was that straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, so where I was going, like for example, let's say if I was an owner, you always want to put yourself in a certain situation, right?
Right, yeah, for sure.
So let's say if I'm an owner operator that started my owner-operator business relying solely on, let's say, the people around me doing all the necessary stuff for my business. For example, dispatching, like the company that does the safety. So let's say if I position my business to be set up to where I don't need English.
Okay.
It's hard to understand because at the end of the day, you're still on the road. You're talking to a lot of like shippers, receivers. You're dealing with people, so it's kind of it's less than ideal. But let's say it's possible, right? So if that's possible, and the way we are going right now, and there was quite a bit of turbulence made in the industry, right? There was a lot of conversations. Now just think about it. If I have a truck, if I have a house, wife, kids, my life is kind of set up around my owner-operator business. So my owner-operator business supports my whole family. The last thing I would want to do to get caught up in some situation somewhere like 1,000 miles away from home while on the load, to be put out of service permanently, not just right there and like on that scale. No, pretty much permanently unless the court says otherwise, right?
Yeah.
And now my truck is there. The potentially companies that I'm leased onto, trailer is there. Somebody's load is there. That situation can escalate so badly that it would be way above my pay grade.
Yeah.
And now, like, what am I doing? Okay, maybe taking a little bit time off to, finally learn some English. Also, to kind of step back a little bit and kind of see what happens.
I think I'm going to lean on that. I think a lot of guys are actually probably going to see how this unfolds a little bit.
Yeah.
And then either jump back in or I have time to do something different. But, I think one of the things that this is evolving to where nobody's really talking about is, even though that this is going to be DOT's regulation and they're enforcing it and so forth, but there's also another piece of it that we're not talking about, right? And I'm not here to put ideas in their head, but brokers. It's not long before they're going to say, hey, already they're asking, do your guys speak English? And saying yes is not going to be good enough pretty soon. I bet you we have them taking pictures by their truck and by the logo, and they want all these crazy hoops and shit. Pretty soon they're going to want to call the driver and do their own assessment of, hey, can this guy actually communicate with the customer? And now they're empowering themselves as being, upholding a DOT regulation.
Yes. So on one hand, I do understand the concern. So, for example, if I'm the broker on this load, and now this load is out of service in somebody's trailer in the middle of nowhere, and now it can be very, very challenging to now get that load without major losses to the receiver. That can potentially cost me the whole account. Like thousands or tens of thousands of dollars invested in just securing that account. Would I wanna risk that? No. However, there is another side to this, and that side is strictly like pro trucking, anti everybody else who wants to put their freaking nose in our business. I feel very, very strongly about providing any unnecessary information to the broker. Like, for example, tracking, cool. If the load has to be tracked, micropoint, right? Driver, let's say if he wants that load as an owner-operator, one of the rules of this load, the customer wants to track it, so you have to accept the micropoint. This is probably as far as I'm willing to go. Anything else, like, for example, any broker asking for, hey, send me driver license. No. Send me the driver's picture. No. Send me all these other things like truck picture. No. The problem is, it's very lonely on this hill too.
Yeah, because
most people, without even thinking twice,
I'm gonna do it.
We're just gonna do it. And now the dude like me standing on that hill alone saying no, probably gonna run out of options at some point.
Yeah, you're gonna die on that hill
because people don't think twice. Like, for example, back in the day, it used to be just the way I liked it. Now I sound like a freaking old man.
Not the gray hair, just the
but back in the day it was simple. You book a load, and that's it, and you get it done. Right now, look at all the free labor that dispatchers and other people on the trucking companies are doing for the broker. Holy crap, is this real? $4,000 a week in this market, guys? This is not a joke. We got plenty of owner-operators in this market taking home $4,000 a week every single week. So if you're interested in something like this, we're located right here in Mulberry, Florida, just a few miles south of Lakeland. Give us a call, 863-342-5171, because $4,000 take home after all the expenses, that's nothing to laugh at. How many times our billing sometimes have to call to get the invoice paid, and now the accounting for that in that brokerage company, instead of communicating directly with with the dude that was assigned to this load, that works for that brokerage company, no, we kick it back to our billing So now our billing has to talk to their sales guy, and only then the broker's billing is gonna pay. See that broken system?
Right. And again, there has to be some checks and balances in there, and unfortunately, they're not in our favor. So I've even seen where, to your point, they'll put some payables on hold. I don't know how that's legal, but they put it on hold. And then the discovery as to why is ours. Like, claim. What claim? What are you talking about? And then you have to prove it and convince them, and then you find out there is no claim. So if there's no repercussion from the factoring company for making a mistake like that to them, man, that's a whole new thing to just increase your payables by 30 days. I mean, let's say they do it on 5 of my loads, and then they're doing it on 5 of loads of him, and now you got 250 loads out there that like so easily just on hold just because.
Absolutely, for absolutely no good reason.
And it's going to be like, oops, my bad.
Yep, and this is what they have, like, the only issue with brokers they have. Other than that, I'm like, I believe brokers are our sales team that kind of we're getting paid pro bono. Means that we have to go out there, secure the customers, secure the lanes, and then if we have a truck in the area, we may take a load.
Yeah, if they could negotiate it and they were able to put it together.
So that's, I don't have this like mindset that, brokers are, getting filthy rich of us, because how many brokerage companies went out of business in the last couple of years? A lot.
Yeah, a lot, man. I think one of the things that they were doing is just, the volume was just there for them in the past.
But right now I feel that, brokers are a lot smarter and a lot more united than truckers. Every time I see the comment like, we truckers should unite, we should do this and that and whatever we have to do. Like, I've heard that since I've been in trucking. So we're talking like 2001.
Yeah, man, but I think it's like, I get it back in the day, man, cowboy trucking and all of that. But the problem is like, they have a structured environment. And then just think of just pure owner operators, man. Are you willing to follow just anybody into the woods? And if you don't agree with his plan, it's very difficult, man. Like, it's because first you're looking at his truck, looks nothing like yours. Yeah. So now what makes you want to listen to him?
So I think like the problem is like, and we should not be like, all the same. But at the same time, I think we should have like a little bit like self-respect.
Yeah.
So every time like we kick back like a lot of lows, like anytime like I have a dispatcher coming up to me and saying like, hey Mike, the broker wants the picture of a driver's driver license, or we can't do this load. Well, I guess we're not gonna do this fucking load. It's that fucking simple.
For now,
yeah. And then if, let's say, if that's the broker's, idea of running business, and I get it, I understand where we're coming from, because there's a lot of fraud, a lot of bullshit out there.
No, yeah, but the point is, all right, but if we stood together, like all owner-operator as a community, and let's just say brokerage A, and just one day, all it takes is one day, nobody take a fucking load.
And we would fall back. And that's it. And we would fall back even in the shitty market, but it would take standing on principle. So the problem is that I see, and again, I'm gonna sound like some fucking people I hated fucking 15 years ago. People that do not understand, we do not know trucking as well as we think we do. We get into business right now. Anybody watching this video, you can have your own authority in 3 weeks. It's been like this since the beginning of time. And my time started in 2001. So it's been like this since at least then. And now you can have that authority, and now let's say you start dispatching yourself, right? And you just want to run your business, you're excited, and like now the broker is asking you, hey, send me the copy of your driver license. And you think it's somehow like normal. And maybe it is normal for you. for you as an individual. This is why I would say if an owner-operator running under Voyager's flag wants to share his driver license with a broker to take this load, more power to you. I wouldn't do it, but more power to you. That's your decision. But for brokers to normalize that, pretty soon it's going to become standard.
I think we're closer to standard than you probably think.
I know. And most people that just, single man owner operator or some super small company, sometimes we may not even think about those things. To me, those things are personal. I feel like, man, you are way too intrusive in my business.
Right, yeah, because send me your driver's license. Who am I booking this load with?
No, exactly.
And then all of a sudden it's
or for example, one of those brokers that let's say, we can't do this load unless we get the company owner's tax returns. The hell? Soon as I'll get yours,
for sure.
You may get mine, but not the other way around. But somehow it becomes normalized, and what pisses me off the most, that we in trucking community accept that. Not me personally, because I would never. However, people are willing to give everything away. How many brokers have all kinds of portals and bullshit stuff that back in the day when I was dispatching, that was not a thing, period. And right now, for example, why is it our dispatchers have to enter the information into their portal to get paid? What is it? That's
you're doing
you fuckers hire your own people and do your own billing.
Yeah, but it's only again, man, it goes back to our point. They're only going to do what we allow them to get away with, right? Yes. And so collectively, as a trucking community, it rolls downhill. So now you got a fucking big ass brokerage that just has people, just massive people, NPCs. Everybody's just following a rule, and nobody is asking why.
Yeah, or is this even legal? Because let me ask you, if the driver is willing to share his personal information, more power to him. As far as I'm concerned, you can freaking make a stickers with your, driver license picture. Put it on your truck, on your trailer. Put it on your T-shirt. Social security on the back. No problem. Absolutely no problem. However, I'm not giving my driver's information to this freaking fly-by-night broker. First of all, he fucking doesn't even need it.
For sure, yeah.
Second of all, just those bunch of websites and apps. Let's say the app that I would use to do the thumbnails for this video. Man, why do you need my location information?
Obviously, they're gathering information.
And when we're gathering information, for example, when we do background checks, right? How did we get there? We had to prove to the companies that do that background for us that we have safe place to keep the information.
Yeah, they actually came here, physically, just some dude.
So here we go. But now, if you sending driver's information to some fly-by-night brokerage because broker Bobby wants to have it because his boss Johnny just got fucked on some load somewhere and now he feels a certain way. Who checked them?
I know, so it's crazy, right? Because I'm asking all this technology that's evolving and everything that we're doing, we still are using such an antiquated way to prove something. We're literally taking a picture by your truck to prove that that's us. With all this new technology and apps and everything that's going on, still back. We're still relying on that.
Yeah.
So get rid of the bullshit.
Or for example, look, the fucking some people are gonna fucking throw. Just don't touch your phone right now. Don't break it. For example, all these carriers cutting rates.
Yeah.
At least back in the day, you would have to, upload the document and Photoshop it into like different numbers. Right now, all you gotta do, you just gotta tell ChatGPT, hey, change that rate confirmation from $3,000 to $2,000 total. Click. 2 seconds later, ping. New rate confirmation, $2,000.
There.
So the technology is, technology is amazing, but it could be used for very evil things too.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think another thing that bothers me when it comes down to that technology, like the last time I was negotiating with DT, man, those motherfuckers, we are selling you brokers' toys and presenting it to you as if you're some sort of fucking winner there.
Yeah, I know.
And now we are asking, you only need this much of DAT. And we're talking this much of DAT. That's like a lot of shit, like a lot of data and everything else. But I don't need all this brokerage and bullshit that DAT probably invested, millions of dollars in to create and yada yada, right? And now we're like, look, but you're gonna just think about it. Like you booked so many loads last year. Okay, so if that's gonna help you to book better loads, so imagine, let's say 1,000 loads, right? Just imagine 1,000 loads times $50 each, because you're gonna be able to book, better paying loads.
No, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
But this is how negotiation is going on, man.
Yeah, I know. That's
and now, like, what? So, what are you trying to say? Like, where are those loads at? That's gonna pay me $50 more just because I have this upgraded DAT.
Yeah, so I mean that's their job, right? Capitalist society, man. You're gonna try to find any vertical you can within your segment to get more money. So at the end of the day, like, just because you're not a customer, there's gonna be dumbasses that are gonna like, hey, fall for that lip service, man, right? But again, we both know that it comes down to your dispatcher to get the 50 or more.
Of course,
that's where it comes from. But somebody needs to see it right there, and it's just, I get it. Data is powerful. It is information, but I agree, man. Those type of programs are more geared towards the broker side of stuff,
and every time we want more money, we're like, oh look, see this beautiful thing that we did. Like it's gonna be so amazing. Yeah, for broker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for shipper. Yeah, for everybody else, but not me, not my guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now you just somehow don't understand. It's gonna be, because it's gonna be easier for them, it's gonna be somehow easier for you. No, can you tell me one tool that you created in the last year to help the trucker?
Yeah, like, so here's a suggestion, a simple one. They can actually, the data's there, put up in there the average time, or the actual time it takes to get unloaded at that customer. What's the average time?
Here we go.
Boom. Now you would know this fucking place is 8 hours to get unloaded. Do you even want to play this game?
Holy crap, is this real? $4,000 a week in this market, guys? This is not a joke. We got plenty of owner-operators in this market taking home $4,000 a week every single week. So if you're interested in something like this, we're located right here in Mulberry, Florida, just a few miles south of Lakeland. Give us a call, 863-342-5171, because $4,000 take home after all the expenses, that's nothing to laugh at. Yeah, another thing, like not allowing carriers to post loads. I understand that, because back in the day, I'm guilty of
See, you ruined it for us right now.
Joking around with that thing, like the dispatcher goes home and you post a load somewhere and put his phone number in, and he has a blast all night long because everybody is calling him.
This load in.
But again, we didn't do it all the time. It would be just a once in a blue moon type of thing.
On someone's birthday.
Yeah. But however, right now, if the carrier needs to post trailer that needs to be relocated. We don't even have that option.
All right.
Why? Let me tell you why. To protect the broker. So everything is out there just to protect the broker. And the brokers, we get like more and more and more intrusive, asking for the information that we do not need. Because the next thing, what's coming also, the location sharing, right? We've been already pressured to share driver's information through Motive.
Yeah.
Multiple times. How many times I had dispatchers like knocking on my door, like, fucking,
We need this.
we need this. No, you fucking don't need this. Nah, but we need this because my broker, my precious broker, he's gonna fucking shit his pants if he's not gonna get it. Okay, fuck him then.
Let him shit.
We're not gonna share it. And then, but again, slowly and steady. Now what I'm hearing already is most carriers are already doing this. It's just the dinosaurs like us that don't. And at what point you kind of, you run yourself out of business.
Yeah. I guess people just don't see the aftermath, or they don't do forward thinking to that. So even now, like you just said, right? There's a new guy starting probably tomorrow, going to training at that brokerage, and all he knows is within his script is I need to see the driver's license. And he doesn't even know why. And he doesn't know enough about this business to connect dots that he just thinks business as usual, just like kind of you said it before.
Yeah, and now because it's a big building saying like TQL on it, and now he thinks, like that must be legit.
Correct, yeah.
And he thinks like, no, we wouldn't lie. Man, how many times we had brokerage companies, like huge national brokerage companies, like you guys pick 3 top. We're talking about the same people. Like we try to bullshit you into, we're trying to sell you bad information. We're trying to tell you that no, let's say location sharing, right? No, we're not gonna use it for what you think we're gonna use it for. It's only for this.
Yeah.
Do you want? I can have our AT guy to call you, and he's gonna be able to explain.
He'll lie to you a little more.
He'll lie to you a little bit more, and then he'll know, and then everybody's crying, dispatchers crying like babies, and the brokers crying like babies. You're like, okay, let me look into it. Let me see what you really can and cannot do. And then, you go talk to somebody who understands those systems. And the answer is simple. If you share this,
Everything gets shared.
everything gets shared. So, okay, we just try to bullshit me into some bullshit. And again, for them, it's good. Because how many times you guys, let's say if you're booking your own freight, right? How many times you saw a load that you're calling and the broker doesn't actually have that load? He's just testing the lane.
Yeah, that does happen. So
where are those rules to where no, you cannot post a load unless you actually have a load? Those don't exist. However, just like sharing information data, and again, a lot of you guys that using ELDs these days, I can almost guarantee you 9 out of 10 of you guys, your location data is being shared with all the brokers.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for me pushing back so hard, we would have shared that information freaking, I don't know, 10 years ago. Maybe not 10 years ago, about after the ELD mandate, maybe about 2 years in, we would be on board with everybody else, sharing everybody's information, right?
Yeah.
So now imagine this. When you're a dispatcher or you negotiating with a broker, imagine the broker has access to every carrier's location data. And we do have a lot of that information already. Not Voyagers though, but a lot of that. So now how easy it is for them to bully you into lower rate, because we see the actual number of trucks, we see the actual number of loads, we can shift the whole market. For example, I've seen And again, like only the guys that are booking your own freight, you may know that if you're looking deep enough. Like for example, sometimes you see this area in like North Dakota, freaking dead, man, dead as a freaking dead, and now it shows hot on the DAT. How is this happening? The broker is auto-posting the same load over and over and over and over and over again.
So
there
it's
are
like
only a few trucks, and it looks like it's 100 loads per truck.
It's the same load.
But that's the same load, and those 5 trucks are real. So it's the same way, you know. And like this, you can be bullshitted into going into a dead area and pretty much taking a loss.
Yeah, because I've even seen like the same load, same freaking load, just different rates. Literally like 14, 15, 1600.
And again, it can be like same broker, it can be different brokers, it can be like all kinds of things. Because how many times you talk to this broker, right, about this lane and the rate, and you're not getting what you need. You're calling another broker, you're booking that load for a rate that you need, and then you see both loads disappearing off a load board. That means there was only one load, just multiple brokers worked on it.
Yeah,
Simple as that. And so for me, the challenge is, if we're sharing our drivers' information and let's say location data, we're giving them all of our tools. Like for example, I can't even. It may sound shitty, but like, hey, like it's art of negotiation. If I wanna tell you the story that you're gonna freaking like as a broker, to pay me more for that lane, good for me, good for my driver. Sucks to be you, right?
Now, but they also have that elbow room, you know, and hey, will they unload me on early? I think so.
Yeah.
So there's room on their end for that. It can't just. That's what makes it. That's what makes it spot market. That's what makes it. Let the best man win. You just can't level the playing field by only one-sided. You know, just by technology.
Because, for example, how many times like we had the load pre-booked for a driver for Friday late afternoon, right? And then the broker cancels like a couple hours before. We're messing up the whole plans. Why is this happening? Let's say if dispatcher is sharing sometimes too much information. So if I have my driver deadheading 200 miles to pick up that load, broker sees it as a high risk for you to fall off that load.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or the other way, I've seen where a guy is less than 20 miles away from pickup, but he's not unloaded just yet.
So here we go. And like, for example, anytime I have my guy, let's say on the load that's picking up in Crazy Hair, North Dakota, right? Like in the middle of nowhere. The story that I'm selling to a broker is my driver is actually delivering in Crazy Hair, North Dakota. I'm not telling the broker that my driver is actually going to come from 200 miles away.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because I want everybody to be at peace. I know if I book the load, we're going to make it happen. So I trust my driver. So there's no problems with that. But brokers, we're dealing with a lot of shitty carriers. And now we see it as a high risk for you to fall off. And all of a sudden, you know, if you tell the broker the truth that your driver is coming from, 200 miles away, and he's going to see the truck there, 20 miles away, that's also looking for a load, he's going to cancel on you because there are no consequences for brokers canceling. Realistic consequences.
Right, yeah.
And then, and he's going to give it to this other carrier because he's right there. So this is the damage that data sharing can do to us, the trucking community.
Yeah, and I wonder, man, if have you guys thought about it this much or this far to understand, what kind of repercussions come from this, or what are your experiences too? Put it in the comments below. What how did data sharing go wrong for you? I'm sure there's plenty of other experiences, not just the ones we've had.
Yeah, and also I would be curious, like, ask your dispatcher, what information do we share about you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of them, I'm sure we're not even going to know because, for example, for a location share, It just needs to be done on the ELD end and the brokerage IT end, and that's it. Like your standard dispatcher never even knows how it kind of works in the background.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if your dispatcher is sharing your pictures and your driver license information with broker, your dispatcher sucks, in my opinion.
So here you go, guys. All right. Keep your information to yourself, my people.
Yep. Be safe out there. Don't let anybody have anything that we shouldn't have.
Here we go, guys. Be safe, drive safe, and keep earning.
Freedom.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.